State of the Nation. All Blacks leave autumn with more questions than answers following the conclusion of the 2025 Autumn Nation Series. Attention turns to Scott Robertson's All Blacks, a side still searching for clarity, consistency, and conviction. After another frustrating Rugby Championship campaign that ended without silverware, New Zealand arrived in the Northern Hemisphere knowing a Grand Slam tour was essential. The pain of losing the title to South Africa, largely defined by that record defeat in Wellington, meant November represented a chance to reset the narrative and restore belief. Instead, the tour largely mirrored the story of Robertson's tenure so far. Flashes of quality, undeniable depth, but an alarming inability to maintain control or ruthlessly close out matches. Autumn Nation's series overview expectations are always sky high for the All Blacks, but recent seasons have seen those standards increasingly unmet. With the Rugby Championship slipping away again in both 2024 and 2025, a clean sweep against the home nations offered a clear opportunity to reconnect with supporters. The task was formidable, but far from impossible. Ireland, Scotland, and England all lay in wait, yet all Black sides of previous eras would have expected to navigate such a schedule successfully. The opening test against Ireland in Chicago set the tone for a difficult month. Despite benefiting from Tyg Burns' controversial 20-minute red card, New Zealand struggled to impose themselves. Trailing 13-7 entering the final quarter, it took a surge from the bench to finally wrestle control, securing a 26-13 victory. Wallace Sititi's impact was particularly decisive. That performance earned Sititi a start in Edinburgh, where the All Blacks appear to be finding rhythm. A dominant first half saw them race into a 17-0 lead, with Sititi, Ardie, Savea, and Peter Lakai forming an outstanding loose trio that overwhelmed Scotland. Yet once again, familiar problems resurfaced. New Zealand eased off, discipline faltered, and 17 unanswered points allowed the hosts back into contention. Only a late intervention from Damian McKenzie, a try and a penalty, spared the All Blacks from another collapse. Those narrow escapes proved unsustainable. A week later at Twickenham, England ended New Zealand's Grand Slam hopes in emphatic fashion. Leading 12-0 and seemingly in control, the All Blacks imploded, conceding 26 unanswered points before falling 33-19. The defeat was not just damaging, but deeply concerning in its manner. The final test in Cardiff offered a chance for redemption, yet even against a struggling Wales side, the All Blacks failed to convince. Leading only 24-21 deep into the contest, they eventually pulled away to win 52-26, but the scoreline flattered an otherwise disjointed performance. The tour concluded without momentum, leaving a sense of stagnation rather than progress. Standout performers' consistency remains the defining issue for this All Blacks group. Few players can claim to have produced elite-level performances throughout the year, and even fewer appear guaranteed selections going into 2026.1 player who unquestionably enhanced his standing was Peter Lakai. The number 8 delivered consistently strong performances across the tour, excelling against Ireland and Scotland and standing out in defeat at Twickenham. His emergence was one of the few clear positives. Lakai was well supported by Wallace Sititi and Ardie Savea, with the loose trio often the best performing unit. Among the forwards, Tamati Williams and Samisoni Taukei'aho added impact from the bench, although their influence waned during the England defeat. Behind the scrum, cohesion remains elusive. Cam Roigard ended the year in strong form, while Jordan once again set a remarkably high baseline of excellence, and Lester Fainga'anuku impressed following his return from Toulon, offering versatility across the backline. Statistical leaders, while it may not have felt like Will Jordan's finest year, the numbers underline his consistency. He finished as one of the All Blacks' top try scorers with 7 in 13 tests, while also contributing 6 assists. Jordan ranked 3rd for carries, the highest among backs, and was 2nd overall for meters gained with 1,136. Only Savea, with 886 meters, came close among forwards. Both players beat 37 defenders each, highlighting their importance in broken play. Savea's influence extended further, finishing joint 4th for offloads with 12 and recording 13 turnovers. third overall behind Fraser McRae and Manuel Ziliani. Sititi's skill set also stood out statistically, registering 100% pass accuracy, while Beauden Barrett ranked third for passes leading to line breaks. Fabian Holland dominated the line-out charts with 85 takes, including 5 steals, and also featured prominently in the tackle counts alongside Savea. Where success can be found, success may feel like a foreign concept for all Black supporters after a failed Grand Slam, but Robertson will point to improved depth amid a challenging injury landscape. Josh Lord stepped in admirably following injuries to Tupou Vaa'i and Patrick Tuipulotu, while Lakai's rise at number 8 adds genuine competition. Fainga'anuku's performances also provide valuable options at center and wing. Yet even with those positives, it is difficult to argue that the end-of-year series delivered meaningful progress. Performances plateaued, tactical issues persisted, and the primary objective, a Grand Slam, was not achieved. The lingering regret that England defeat will attract the most scrutiny, but even a win at Twickenham would have masked deeper issues. The real concern lies in the apparent lack of evolution under Robertson, particularly when compared to the Springboks, who have pulled clear at the top of the global hierarchy. Supporters may have tolerated narrow defeats had there been evidence of growth or ruthless execution. Instead, performances against Ireland and Scotland still left fans frustrated, while the second-half collapse at Moy Field remains especially puzzling. The All Blacks once thrived on finishing teams decisively. That instinct is currently absent. And with the 2027 Rugby World Cup drawing closer, the clock is ticking for Robertson to rediscover it.